I'm just gonna chill. It's always a bit record skippish on the way in here. I do have something prepared, but I don't want to say it to myself. So I'm just waiting for someone to share my thoughts with. Ah, there it is. The first bad accent of the night. Ding dong. Come in. Who's here? Hello? I see you. I'm just going to call you number one. Hello, number one. Who art thou? Number one. I see. The strong, silent type. I get it. I feel ya. It's all good. I'm just going to hang out here for a few moments. The 24th, a Tuesday night of 2020. Good riddance, you filthy McNasty. 10 o'clock on the Atlantic time zone, just after 6 o'clock here on the South Coast. A really phenomenal weather day today, but I'm going to wait until I get my number one back. Where's my number one? If you're watching this at a later date, I apologize for the opening. The band canceled. So did makeup and lighting and hair. Jackie, okay, welcome to the broadcast. I can continue to share my story unless you're just going to keep on cruising through this newsfeed, and that's okay too. That's okay too. But I did work extremely hard on this broadcast that could go 10 minutes, it could go 40 minutes. I think my record length for a MattTv was 2.5 hours. Live for 2.5 hours, and that was, I believe, Canada Day, July 1st, 2017. Pretty sure. Pretty hard. Actually, no, it would have been a June 30th. I correct myself. It was the evening of June 30th. And I celebrated in the Newfoundland time zone, the Atlantic time zone, the Eastern time zone, and then out here. So that June 30th, I celebrated Canada Day right across the country. It was great. It was really magnificent. So Jackie, welcome to the broadcast. My name is Matthew. This is MattTv on a beautiful, blustery fall night. You can't say it's winter. It's not winter, but I do believe snow is in the forecast for parts of the Maritimes, and I'm going to talk about that in a couple of moments. You know what? I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it right now because I just can't wait any longer. So anyone who has seen my broadcast knows that I have just made some notes. I don't have anything in my hands. The setup that I have here, I'm just looking at the paper. I'm just trying to reduce the sound of paper in my hand. I'm in my garage here in beautiful White Rock, British Columbia. Supernatural, sorry. Every time I say British Columbia, I must say Supernatural British Columbia before it. So I'm just hanging out here in my garage, and I simply have made some notes, and I am conveying what is currently happening in my life, and I will give you the opportunity to go back and forth with me. You'll definitely have lots of opportunity to leave comments if you so choose. There is absolutely no pressure, no obligation. Money back, guarantee. Okay, for the record, down the road, this is a little trivia question for you. Jen Haynes, welcome to the broadcast. This is a trivia question for you. If at any point in your life down the road, someone asks you, what does Matthew listen to before he goes live on his shows? You'll be safe if you say Guns N' Roses, Coma. Don't ask me why, but that is what I listen to before I do kind of not a dress rehearsal, but I've gone over my notes here a few times, and when I'm doing that, I am listening to Guns N' Roses, Coma. little bit of trivia. Oh, and a little bit further than that, because I just absolutely, I don't know what it is about that song. I've loved it for years, but I'm thinking of doing that song Coma, which is quite lengthy. It's like 10 minutes long. I'm thinking of taking the lyrics and doing it in spoken voice. I'm just thinking of narrating the song Coma from Guns N' Roses. And if you think that's interesting, just Google the words, because it's quite fascinating. Okay, Tuesday night, November 24th, 2020. We were just eking. That's me pulling myself towards the end of November and seeing that light at the end of the tunnel, which we call December. Good riddance, you filthy McNasty. I know it's the second time I used it, but it's all ad lib here. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. Let's start the show off with weather. I like to compare the weather happening currently right here in White Rock, British Columbia. Supernatural, British Columbia, and what the weather is currently like in my hometown of Woodstock, New Brunswick. So I can tell you right now off the get-go, the weather out here is better than back there because there is definitely no snow in the forecast, at least not in the lower mainland, maybe at the higher elevations. But currently, now here is the weather day today. And if anyone has ever seen this show, I am just telling you exactly, I'm just relaying stuff in my life, making it relatable to you. So feel free to continue to scroll through your news feed, or if you want to hang out for a few moments, that's great. I always appreciate the company if you're watching this at your leisure. I appreciate it when you get caught up. Yes. Okay. I was able to walk to the beach this morning. I was down at the waterfront. It was super windy down at the beach. It was just after 8 o'clock. The sun was up, so I was able to appreciate a beautiful sunrise here on the West Coast. But a half hour after I came home, so about 9:30, the weather just completely changed. The storm blew in, and it just rained and was windy all day until maybe a half hour before sunset. It cleared, and I guarantee you, I'll put up some pictures later on tonight or tomorrow, because I guarantee you, when that sun came out here this afternoon, people were probably just flocking to the beach or going to the front windows of their beachfront homes and snapping pictures, because it was just a spectacular end to the day, considering the weather that we had all afternoon. And a rainbow to top it off. There was a rainbow. If there was a rainbow back in Woodstock, it would probably have a light dusting of snow on it, because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I always check the Woodstock weather on AccuWeather just before coming on the show. It's telling me that it could get down to minus 15, minus 1.5 the sneezing, down to minus 15 tonight. If you're in the Woodstock area, just tell me what the current weather is. They're saying minus 15 with a chance of 3 to 6 centimeters of snow falling tomorrow. So how accurate is AccuWeather? That's all I'm asking. I should have given you the Coles notes, but I decided to take the long way. I took the long way around. I'm going to be looking forward to speaking with Aaron Boma tomorrow night, right here. Is it tomorrow night? Yes, I believe so. So 8 p.m. Atlantic time, I'll be speaking with Woodstock resident Aaron Boma. Just amazing with his woodworking skills and advocate for autism. So always look forward to having Aaron on the broadcast. We'll do that tomorrow, 8 o'clock Atlantic. That's 4 p.m. Pacific. Thanks for the live views. Thanks for hanging out. I just want to give you a quick update on the MattTv Canadian Unity flag. I checked. Peter supplied me with the tracking number, so I check it every day, and I checked it maybe 2 hours ago, and it seems that the parcel that contains, well, the parcel that is the flag is still sitting in Halifax. So I don't know if it's under quarantine. I know the bubbles are back in place, so... but that being said, they have indicated that the expected date of delivery, I believe, was December 4th or 5th. So it's still a week and a half away. I don't know how mail leaves Halifax. It would be nice if it was just put on a plane that was like a one shot to Vancouver. But I don't think that's probably... I wouldn't be surprised if it went to Moncton. I'm going to say right now, I'm going to try and figure out the route for the flag as it leaves Halifax. I'm going to say Halifax to Moncton, to Montreal or Toronto, and then out to Vancouver. Definitely 1, 2, 3 more stops, maybe. Anyway, that's what I think. I don't know. I don't work for Canada Post. As long as they don't lose it. That's all I care about. Please don't lose it. Please don't lose it. I just quickly want to talk about everything that's going on in the world. Are you thinking outside of the box when it comes to it being absolutely necessary to go into a store? And what I mean, Jen and I are trying right now. There's a couple of options that we're looking at. Chef's Plate and Hello Fresh. Maybe you've heard of them. I'm sure if you Googled it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's an organization where you can go on their website, order the food that you want. They prepare everything. All the ingredients that you need for at least 4 meals are sent to your house. So tomorrow we are expecting a package from Chef's Plate, and I believe there are 4 meals, all the ingredients that we need for the 4 meals, and then eventually maybe in December we will try. It's called Hello Fresh. I'm just looking at my notes here. Hello Fresh. So my question to you is, with this global pandemic that is happening, are you doing anything to alter the absolute necessity to go into grocery stores? I went and got groceries today. It was just myself. Normally Jen and I go, sometimes the 3 of us, but under the current circumstances, it just makes more sense. The less people that are going in, the better your chances. So I'm just thinking, how are you thinking outside the box? How has this pandemic altered the way you go about your daily life, if at all? If at all. Okay, I'm quickly going to go on just a small grant rant, and disclaimer at the beginning of all my grant rants, there is no vulgarity, there is no profanity, but tonight I can't promise that there won't be a quick hand gesture, and that will come at the very end, and you'll have to pay special attention for a hand gesture that may or may not happen, but I can guarantee you no vulgarity and no profanity. So just a couple of quick rants. The first one is in regards to the beach, White Rock Beach. I've been lucky enough for the last 18 years to live 4 blocks from the beach. And over the last month and a half, I've been helping a local business out, volunteer to pick garbage along the beach. And I can tell you for a fact that the majority of, not the majority of the garbage, but there is one bag is too many. But there are a lot of dog shit bags everywhere along the beach, and it's really annoying. Now, it's one thing to, at least they are picking up after the dog. I've yet to see a pile of dog crap on the beach. That I appreciate. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate that. But as a responsible dog owner, it's not responsible to pick up your dog's crap, put it in a plastic bag, and then throw it in the bushes like you're in a frisbee competition or you're trying to make a double play to first. Then it just gets snarled in these bushes and it just hangs there. And then you think, well, what am I supposed to do? What you do is you walk away from it. And I'm the guy that's got to go in and pick it out of the bushes like it's an armed grenade. So I'm just saying, I don't think any dog should be allowed on the beach until more respectful dog owners go to the beach. I just can't imagine. Why would you do that? Why would you pick up your dog's crap and then throw it off into the bushes? That is so childish and immature. It's not even childish. I don't even think a child would do that. You'd think a child would be like, Dad, what are you doing? Why are you throwing Binky's doo-doo in the bushes? I don't get it. Okay, so that's one rant. This one here, let me just start off by saying, you know what really chaps my ass? You know what really chaps my ass? About a flame 3 feet high. But in all seriousness, we, over the last couple of days, have been dealing with Microsoft because, unfortunately, our computer was hacked. And I will give you the Cole's notes. Hackers are bad. Hackers are bad people. And this particular instance, and I'm not going to say the number out loud because it makes me angry, but today, this hacking incident cost us. So to the hackers out there, that's your hand gesture for the night. And that is the end of that rant. Hackers, Put that skill that you have to something useful. Hello. Hello. End of the rant. Moving on to something super positive and a complete 180. I just want to give a quick shout out to my voice agent, Brenda Campbell. She's been representing me for years. I just absolutely love her. She's just so dedicated to the business, and she has just been sending me just tons and tons of auditions, and I'm going to be working on a couple of audiobook auditions tonight. So if you follow my voiceover career, just think of that. Just send out some good vibes as I put these auditions together tonight. But just a shout out to my agent, Brenda Campbell. You are a rock star. Just a couple more things, and then I'm going to roll on out of here. Catherine, Jen, if you're still in here, thanks for hanging out. If you're watching this later, because I don't know if the ladies would have time to even do this, but if you're watching this later, I think this would be really funny. And this is where the audience interaction comes in. But I would, for some reason, I was just finishing up supper, and the show, The Electric Company, and there was a segment in that show called The Bloodhound Gang. Remember that? Whenever there's trouble, we're there on the double. We're the Bloodhound Gang. Remember that? If someone can put a link up to that, that would be great, because I love traveling down memory lane. And speaking of memory lane, and what a great segue into this show on a Tuesday night, the 24th of November 2020. This is Matthew, this is MattTv on Facebook Live. I love one of the things I like about Facebook is every once in a while, well, not every once in a while, every day, they remind you of a memory. And a great memory was brought to my attention this morning. It was 6 years ago today that I had the opportunity to quickly drive out to YVR, which is the Vancouver International Airport. Rodrigo Norina, who I hadn't seen in 20 years, had a layover at YVR. He was flying back to Ontario. We were roommates back in the cooler, and so I shared that memory, which triggered a response from Rodrigo, and a friend of mine put up some pictures of the cooler, which just brought all these memories back, and then he put up another picture of another house that I lived at with Rodrigo and Tim, and all these memories were coming back, and it just led to a quick exchange in some private messages with individuals who were a part of my life during that time when I was living in Woodstock during that time, and those people to this day, for the record, I'll tell you right now that I still cherish you deeply. So that was amazing. What a great afternoon, just going back and forth with people on the internet. So the internet is what you make of it. Yes? Yes. Okay, that's it. I have no idea how long that took. I had 8 things I wanted to talk about, and it's done. My Tuesday night therapy is over, and if I stay any longer, I feel like I'm going to get charged more. And I just gave away Okay, I know that's probably the first time I've done that on my show, but, you know, slackers deserve it. Mr. Hempel, you missed what was probably a C+ show. My apologies for the light and makeup. They'll never, ever get it right. Look what they have to work with. All right, thanks for hanging out. If you're watching this at a later date, I appreciate that as well. Be safe. Just follow the health guidelines, and we'll all get through this together. All right, my name is Matthew. This is MattTv. Now and always, from sea to sea.